All right, fig lovers, this is Ross the Fig Boss. Today's video is the perfect video if your fig tree was hit by a late frost. So do me a favor right now, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and watch this video all the way to the end, because this video is gonna have information in here that could be the difference between getting fruit this year and not getting fruit at all. As I had said in some of the other videos we had published this spring, about 80% of my fig trees here on this property have been subjected to the late frost that we had. 2026 was really the worst spring that I've been a part of, and it's definitely a historic late frost that a lot of people in the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic were exposed to this year. Fig trees really don't like late frost because it damages the growth points and the buds that were starting to leaf out this spring. And those buds are really important to getting our fig trees started and going. And in fact, if our fig tree wasn't affected by the frost, about 20% of them here were not, they actually are forming fruit buds right now. It's almost the last week of May, and that's really here when in the Philadelphia area when our fig trees start to produce little fruit buds there on our fig trees. Now for the fig trees that were affected by the late frost, we're gonna be about 2 to 3 weeks behind normal. It damaged those buds, and as a result, the auxin in our plants has changed, and we now have to have our plants leaf out from a lower point. And those buds, unfortunately, take a little bit of time to get going and get to the right size before they can start to produce fruit buds. So all is not lost, but we do need to do some intervening right now if we're gonna ensure that we get good fruit set in a few weeks. And it really revolves around the sun, ensuring that our fig trees have the right amount of sunlight, because every fig tree needs a certain amount of intensity of sunlight and a certain duration of sunlight for the fruit buds to set on the new growth every single year. And it has to happen, by the way, that requirement has to be met as our fig trees grow. We kind of can't go back in time, thin out the canopy about a month from now, and then hope that our fig tree starts to fruit. And unfortunately, because the frost had damaged the upper buds of our fig tree, the response of most plants, not just fig trees, is to put out a lot of growth at lower points. And a lot of buds can form on a fig tree, causing it to have too many buds. And if we have too many buds and too many branches, well, we can have a lot of internal shading on our fig trees. It's gonna prevent us from reaching that sunlight requirement. So here's the perfect example of a fig tree that we had a lot of upper growth here that got damaged. You can see the top growth here is pretty much all shriveled up and damaged. You can see buds along this main stem that were damaged. And then we have a lot of growth that started to form lower down on the branches and also towards the center of the fig tree. We just have too much growth. So what we need to do here is come into the center of our tree and remove any branches that are growing in the wrong direction. And we want to do this now, as I said. We don't want to have any internal shading that's going to prevent some fruit set. And also, the smaller these buds are, the earlier we do this, the less energy the tree is wasting after I remove some of this growth. So you can come in here with your pruning shears, you come in here with your hands, but very simply, we're just looking for buds here that are crisscrossing or growing in the wrong direction. And that's gonna be a huge thing that you can do for your fig tree. One of the other things we can do is actually come in here and actually do some staking, right? So we can bend our fig trees on an angle to give them the sunlight that they need. And that way we don't have to remove some of these growth points. This one here in particular is growing upwards, and it will definitely get shaded unless I put this here on a bit of an angle, or if I just come in here entirely and remove this with my pruning shears. A tree like this actually is in pretty good shape, even though we have a lot of new growth points down here, way more than I would say is normal. This can be a good thing because the scaffolds down here, or the trunks of our tree, are away from each other. They're growing far enough apart so that even though we have a lot of growth points in here, well, some of this stuff here should get its own sunlight because it's off kind of on its own island. Same thing over here with this. All this growth is growing kind of on its own island. If you want to go ahead and, let's say, take this branch here as an example, just from here to here, about 5 inches, well, we could definitely argue that we have too many growth points here. First of all, the top of it's dead. That's from the frost. This branch here is going to be growing off in that direction, kind of in the same direction as this one. And I already like the one below it. It's forming some really nice healthy growth. So what we can do is we can come in here and just remove the one above. Same thing here with this one down here. It's also growing in the same direction those other ones are, so we can remove that as well. And you could also make an argument for this branch back here. It's going to grow over in this direction, which is going to be in competition with some of the other branches on the other side. So we can remove this as well. So that's kind of the secret here, guys, the little tip I wanted to share with you. Please, if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Check for me, share this video, and check out some of the listings I have on my blog, figboss.com. We got a lot of fig trees for sale. We're gonna have close to 1,000 listed over the next few weeks. So check it out. Thanks for watching, guys.